Sorry about that. PC crash, but I think we're back into things now. That was a University of Ottawa taking map number 2. That was Ilios setting themselves at a match point here in this first to 3 / best to 5. Just waiting to get an invite back to the lobby. But once again, it is going to be Victoria that get to pick what map we go to. And they will also get the first ban. Go. So that was Saravasa going 3-0 the way of Ottawa. So, you know, really feels like Ottawa is picking up steam here heading into this third map, trying to make this their last map, and they will move on to that upper bracket. Looks like we do know what map we are going to be going to. It is going to be that hybrid map of King's Row. Have to see what University of Victoria are going to pull out here. If you have something up your sleeve, now is the time to use that. Looking at being sent down to the lower bracket. Just waiting on the bans here. University of Victoria going to ban out the Lucio. Manatee going to ban out the Sim here. So, I mean, yeah, that Lucio ban definitely makes sense to me. Ice Volcano has been kind of bullying University of Victoria a little bit. But they were also running the Lucio themselves, so
Now entering King's Row.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they're going to run instead. Lucio and Symmetra banned out. Yeah, the Sim ban definitely felt like Buddha was doing a pretty good job kind of building up that charge. Staying alive long enough on the Symmetra.
Initiating match.
Alright, we're going to have University of Ottawa on to the left still. So we head into King's Row. That does, of course, mean that they're going to be on the defense first. So when these doors do open, we'll get to see what they're thinking they want to run on the defense. Some more Roadhog, perhaps? It's possible. I do think that you could probably get away with it on King's Row.
Ready.
No, it does look like they are going to be rolling out with this Zarya Reaper composition of their own. Iari Baptiste, the double flex support backline here, very aggressive. Again, it still feels like Ottawa kind of like playing for the first elim in any fight that they go into. Manatee on the Widow is really interesting. Oftentimes we don't see the Widow kind of come out right away on the defense. It's usually either the first, you know, shot that you take on the offense, or you sometimes do see the Widow on offense as well. Okay, attacking doors are opening shortly. No Wrecking Ball to be seen. Table is going to move over onto this Ramatra. It's the Brig Juno backline as well that's going to be coming out here for Victoria. So both those support heroes getting a little bit of a change in the mid-season patch. Brig's going to be able to give out those healing packs a little bit faster. Oh, Manatee fighting the head of Budo here, and that is going to pretty much halt any momentum that Victoria thought that they could gain. And what an angle here. Ice Volcano taking this this aggressive angle kind of in the spawn, essentially. Whoa, runs into a Reaper though. Budo is going to punish that Iari for stepping a little far forward, but meanwhile actually two members falling on the side of Victoria. Volcano did die and swapping over onto the Moira here, so only one support here for the side of Ottawa.
That's bitter.
Only problem is Victoria's not running a whole lot of speed. You do have this Juno ring. Need to engage with it fairly quickly, but no, Ice Volcano's already back into this fight. Quackles does have that lamp forced out. Manatee finds himself on the low ground and is gonna find some shotguns from this Reaper as well. Striker using that fade just to contest the point a little bit, but falling very, very low. Ice Volcano is alive and lurking. Oh no, no, not the damage orb. Aiden, actually really unfortunate, also walks into a Venom Mine. So Aiden is going to be sent back to the spawn there. But 2 ticks on the point here for Victoria. You do have this Annihilation nearly ready to go. Ice Volcano, just the fade to get out. That is a contest coming through though. Striker going to be able to get his toe on the point just in time and has this Death Blossom to go with it. The lamp going to keep the Reaper alive a little bit longer, not to mention this window. And what a re-engage from Ottawa. 98.7% on the board for Victoria. And just a really, really nice TP in from Striker, timed perfectly. All the resources going into that Reaper as well. I think we saw the bubble. We had the window out. We had the lamp. Beautiful stuff from Ottawa. But Victoria have so many ults to work with here. They didn't use, like, anything in their attack to get those first 2 ticks. Annihilation ready to go here. We are going to see the rally and the speed. Coalescence. Volcano's doing his best to keep everybody alive, but now it's an Annihilation coming out. Toasty did die through that rally, but Table managing to find Empress. At least have traded out the tank. You do commit this orbital strike as well. So much healing going to be gained. Baptiste down, but Mulberry finds herself on the point and is going to end up being a target here. And Ottawa managing to kind of find their way back through this. Again, shutting down this attack from Victoria. Less than a minute on the clock for this defense. Graviton Surge going to be ready to go here from Empress. Both DPS ultimates on the side of Victoria. This Bob from Aiden needs to find a really nice angle. Force out some of these cooldowns, some of these bubbles, or Toasty can just find the opening pick. Ice Volcano playing on a very aggressive angle here, and that is the go button. Aiden going to send in this Bob. A little bit of presence on the corner. If you walk onto the point, you are going to get shot by this Bob. And the Reaper Wraith is going to fade away. Aiden finding the shots onto Manatee as well. Some really nice headshots coming through. Uno gonna throw in that Death Blossom. Does manage to take out Empress. So, you know, you're getting some stagger kills here. But now this next fight, Victoria need to try and force a couple ultimates out from Ottawa if they want to keep this payload moving forward, because Ottawa are positioning to take a pretty aggressive early fight. I mean, Ice Volcano is off in no man's land. He is just absolutely untraceable on this Moira. Window ready to go here from Quackles. Pretty hard angle to kind of work with. Manatee finding that opening kill onto Aiden, and that is going to be go, go, go if you are Ottawa. Graviton Surge does connect onto 3, able to help secure that kill onto Toasty, and with Mulberry falling, and that is it. Pretty easy fight win here for the side of Ottawa, but I mean, that's not too bad for Victoria. You do get that Graviton Surge out. That's a really big ultimate. Now you gotta be ready for this Death Blossom. Looks like Budo is gonna swap over onto the Mei here. If you can catch this Zarya out with one of these walls, you can burn through those bubbles and find an LM pretty easy. But, I mean, every time that one of these fights starts, it's just Ottawa finding these opening kills. Yeah, Ice Volcano did fall first there, the Moira getting a little aggressive. But do you know how many members turned for Victoria to look at that Moira? Ice Volcano is creating space, but now this does mean a whole lot of healing gone from Ottawa because Quackles just died. Just as soon as Ice Volcano gets back into the fight, it's over. Good timing from Victoria to walk back into this. Would love to get another stagger kill here if you're Ottawa. They know that Ice Volcano and Striker are kind of lurking around here. Striker has this Blossom. Yeah, gonna walk right onto the point. It is the Suzu that comes out, but there's no follow-up kill onto Striker. That's gonna be the 4K. Ice Volcano gonna grab that last one. Team kill coming through here. Still 20 seconds on the board
I learned from that.
for Victoria to try and recontest. They have the Kitsune Rush and they have the Orbital Strike here. These are both two really big ultimates. You need to make sure you don't dump them both at the same time. Also need to make sure that somebody gets the touch here. 4 seconds. Is going to be the touch. Overtime triggered. This means that Victoria cannot get off this payload now. Nice kills to get some progress here. Still 3 members lurking for the side of Ottawa, though. Including Empress on this high ground. Kitsune Rush from Toasty, trying to keep his team in this. Trying to get this second cap. Nice headshot comes through from Budo. In fact, finds a 3K there. The May helping lock this down, moving into third point, and that is going to earn Victoria a minute and 30 on the clock. Ooh, Manatee still on this Widowmaker, still putting pressure, finding another headshot. And, you know, you still get a little bit of progress here on the payload, but actually with Empress swapping over onto the Doomfist, gonna go ahead and dislodge Victoria from this cart push. You have Striker over on the Bastion now as well. Really have to respect this Bastion form if you're Table. You can have your cooldowns forced out so quickly. Bob and Blizzard coming out. Striker not going to be able to survive through this Blizzard despite having that form. They know that Widow is over here. Manatees, yeah, stay fighting until the last breath. 30 seconds here. If Victoria are able to complete this, they are going to have to do so with overtime. Annihilation ready to go here for Table. This is really big ultimate to have in these overtime scenarios. Crackle's over on the Zenyatta, but does not quite have that Transcendence ready to go yet. Ice Volcano with his Coalescence targeting Toasty. The Kiriko fleeing to the high ground. Manages to not going to be able to stay alive. Fortunately, Table did not get that Annihilation off either, and that is going to be the payload stopped just shy of this third point. Setting a very clear win condition for Ottawa on their attack. I think that Victoria are looking really good when they can kind of punish some of these overextensions from the side of Ottawa. But if you just kind of like sit out in the open and take the poke damage, it definitely feels like Ottawa is kind of finding the better of these fights and these engagements. So, will we see any swaps from Victoria on their defense? I liked Budo on the Mei on the attack. I think that it would look good on defense as well. Same with the Ramattra.
Ready for battle.
What do you have Aiden play? Maybe go over to that Ashe still. Honestly, Ashe is good on this high ground, kind of in the back of the point. Ooh, okay, gonna play the Venture here in the Cass. So this is looking to kind of like control choke points. This Venture can make it very, very difficult to get through that first gate. But you have to play really patient. You can't get super aggressive with this comp. You can't walk past these choke points with this comp. And you also need to move quickly here. I mean, you're still deciding and you're in the spawn. It's gonna be a long walk here. Still waiting for Mulberry to choose. He's gonna pick this Ana, and this is a late comp selection here, which means that you're not gonna be able to hold that choke point. Budo is over on the Mei, but a lot of space has been gained essentially for free. Here we go though, making the Mei have an impact. Budo finding that opening kill. Mulberry unfortunately gonna fall victim. Manatee gets themselves set up on this high ground. Pressure being put on by Budo on this Mei, and Aiden is going to find the shot. Finds another shot as well on Manatee. All right, Victoria managing to sustain through that. The Doomfist here for Empress is gonna be a little tricky. We see, yeah, that Hinder Nade from Aiden is gonna connect onto the tank. Even gonna have a hard time kind of finding the kill, just like an opening kill, because you don't want to go into the Cassidy, you don't want to go into the Mei. The Bap and the Kiriko are both gonna have the mobility to try and avoid you on this Doom. But Striker on this Freya, definitely putting a lot of work in. Already has this Bola ready to go, but Aiden shutting down that Freya, finding this kind of mispositioning and making a reaction quickly. Empress very charged up with this punch here. Ice Volcano finding some limbs, starting out with a pick onto Aiden, who had that Deadeye ready to go and was doing so much work for the side of Victoria. It is going to be the Blizzard in response to Empress diving in on this Doomfist. We did have the Tree of Life come out from Quackles here, but unfortunately, Empress just kind of stepped outside, and in that Blizzard, everybody's aiming at your head anyways. Ottawa is putting themselves onto the point here. Aiden, though, oh no, isn't going to be able to pull the trigger. Manatee finding the head of the Cassidy before he's able to pull that Deadeye, and that is going to be, yeah, Victoria gonna have to fall back. Ottawa picking up the first point cap. Gonna start moving this payload now. Looks like good news for Victoria is that everybody got this forward spawn. Alright, it's gonna be the window from the angle. Bob committed as well from Manatee. Budo finds himself on a little bit of an angle here all alone, but yeah, unfortunately Volcano is very aware of that. Finds that kill. Toasty gonna get a little bop on the head to Empress. Ooh, and a little couple of headshots here. Toasty on the Kiriko. Keeping Victoria in this, but Victoria can't get too aggressive here. That respawn for the side of Ottawa definitely gonna be a lot closer. We can see kind of backing up here. You don't have either of your DPS, actually, if you're Victoria right now. If you want to stay in this, you need to give some space. You can't get staggered out here. You do have both these support ults to try and work with, so you can use that in kind of a last-ditch effort to try and keep Table alive. Mobarishi is going to go ahead and commit that window. Bola connects, but really nice Lamp. Going to deny the value from that Bola. Lamp's actually out for both teams here. We do have the ults on the side of Victoria ready to go. Kitsune Rush out first to start things out. Ice Volcano is going to fall here. That's a big chunk of healing now gone. Just got to clean up a few members here from the side of Ottawa. Quackles has this Tree of Life ready to go, but isn't going to be able to get that up in time to keep Empress alive. And nice here for Victoria to take kind of more of an extended fight. Hi, Sam. When will we cast a CGL game? Yeah, you gotta get your name on the schedule. Annihilation ready to go here for Table. Deadeye and Blizzard too, so lots here to work with, but Quackles does have this Tree of Life and will allow you to play a little bit more aggressive. Gonna use it. No, it does not enough to keep Empress alive. We actually have this window committed here from Volcano as well. Gonna make good use of it. Big damage coming out from the side of University of Ottawa. Table goes ahead and commits this Annihilation. It's gonna buy some time, but it doesn't necessarily win the fight here for Victoria. Not able to find the kills through it. Giving some space here. Manatee not looking to allow any space to be taken. Is gonna commit that Bob, but the window from Mobari gonna be used to burn that Bob down pretty much immediately. And now this has bought enough time for Victoria to get everybody back into this fight. Budo is going to toss in this Blizzard. Manages to find two. Manatee is off on a bit of an angle here. Actually does have V-Striker with him as well, which means that Empress now over on this Ramatra, no longer on that Doomfist, is kind of caught out alone here. Manages to find his way back to his supports. Gets pulled away, but that's okay. He's going to be able to get back into this fight pretty quickly. Kitsune Rush committed here from Toasty, trying to turn the tide into the favor of Victoria as they lose Budo on this Mei. Striker on this Genji has the blade ready to go. Not going to be a whole lot now. The Annihilation not ready to go, and that's going to be blade out. Hinder connects, though, slicing and dicing. The Suzu comes through as well. Aiden is getting all of the healing. And that means that the Genji not going to be able to find any limbs with that blade. While Table committing this annihilation, everybody from Ottawa just kind of funneled into this hallway with the payload. That is a lot of time burned off the clock here, Victoria. Looking to get a stagger onto Manatee as well. Will end up getting that. 30 seconds on the clock, you heard it. Empress building up to this annihilation. Manatee will have the Bob available towards the end of the fight. No, is actually going to swap over onto the Cassidy. Not going to opt to keep that ult charge. Tracer instead needs to get back into this fight fairly quickly. That stagger kill, it's the right call. Right now, Ottawa trying to play slow, trying to build up to this annihilation, but Guno hitting these shots, finding that kill on to the Life Weaver. That is not what you want if you're Ottawa. This means that you need to commit this ult early. Empress doesn't have that extra healing ready to go. Both support ults going to be committed here, and Victoria have more ults to just lock it in. They need to find the kills now. Blizzard on the payload, basically ensuring if you get a touch, you are going to die very, very quickly afterwards. It's just Manatee left alive. Crackle's not with the final touch. And Victoria keeping themselves alive in this best of 5. Trying to set themselves up for a reverse sweep. It's gonna be tough for them, but definitely looked really, really good on that King's Row. Especially on the defense, I think that they were doing a much better job kind of withstanding these initial engagements from University of Ottawa. Maybe not playing super proactively themselves, but their responses to the fights that U of Ottawa is setting up is looking much better. Much more kind of cohesive in the response. All right. So this does mean that now University of Victoria, not only do you have to get 2 more wins back to back, but you have to do it on Ottawa's map pick, which is no small feat at all. So we are going to, so that was 2, 1, updating this hybrid map for you. So we also have to play either a push map or an escort map now. So we can't play any of the ones that have already, any of the modes that have already been selected. So this is what we're looking at. We are either going to Dorado, Shambali, Route 66, New Queen Street, or Runasapi. And then, of course, whatever one we don't play this, if we go to that 5th map, it will be the decider. All right, well, I do have the information here on where we're going to be going. It is going to be a push map, and much to the surprise of myself, it is going to not be Runasapi, fan favorite. We're going to be going over to New Queen Street. Of course, we had to go to Toronto. Here in Canadian Esports Nationals. No, that's not an actual requirement, but it is nice to see. Diva going to be banned out here for the side of University of Ottawa. Okay, I think, I don't know if Table 2 has actually showed us any Diva. We did see the Zarya. I think the Diva can be really annoying just for kind of the comps that University of Ottawa like to run. A lot of these kind of like pick compositions, so I'm thinking like Hog Hook. We're thinking like just the kind of the one-shot potentials. I mean, not that I think we're going to see the Widowmaker here, but definitely is a possibility. But the Diva is able to deny a lot of that damage and kind of save people in like a last second, oh my gosh, I just got hooked by the Roadhog and somehow I'm still alive. Okay, in response, University of Victoria is going to ban out the Tracer. All right. No Tracer, no Diva as we head into map 4. That win from Victoria, putting themselves on the board, stopping that 3-0 that could have come through for University of Ottawa. All right, New Queen Street, what do we roll out with? Option to go back over onto the Winston. Option to play the Junker Queen. The Reaper Zarya is also still on the table here. Both teams kind of liking that for a little bit, but I think we might go out on the Winston here. Don't have that Tracer to combo with, but Striker did move over onto the Genji. So we could potentially see that.
Ready for battle.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, table did play some Hazard. I am inclined to believe this composition from University of Ottawa. Ona could be interesting. Could set yourself up to be a pretty big target here. But if Manatee on the Cassidy plays a little bit more for kind of like that peel, I think that you could make it work. On the side of Victoria, it is going to be that Hazard for table. Budo over on the Echo here. Otherwise, still sticking on that Lucio, Kiriko, Aiden on that Cassidy. Okay, Ice Volcano. Gonna get burned down by Budo. Really nice reaction. Immediately shuts down that Lucio once he sees him. No speed here. It does mean that Ottawa have to retreat. Table finding a really nice angle as well. Aiden, they basically just kind of pinched in the remaining members of Ottawa here. Ice Volcano again gonna fall, but Aiden doesn't have the tank with him anymore, so gets punished by Striker, but the numbers still favoring Victoria here. Gonna be able to get some progress here on this payload. As long as you can just kind of take these longer fights with this Hazard against the Winston, should come out on top, but it's those fast engagements, those fast kills that are really going to help Ottawa shut down these fights early. Toasty punishes Quackles, but getting chased down by Empress here, and there's nowhere to teleport to, as pretty quick response here. Ottawa, despite losing Quackles on that Baptiste, are going to take back control of the bot here, start getting a little bit of barricade progress for themselves. It's going to be a swap. Moburi over onto the Brigida off of that Lucio. It's going to be hard to kind of keep that shield alive if Manatee and Striker are able to kind of poke you out, but the Brigida's going to have a little bit more survivability against this Winston. Ottawa grabbing the lead here as they push that bot past 28 meters. That was acquired first by Victoria, but Budo finds the angle, shuts down Ice Volcano. Table is down though, so you're gonna have to do a little bit more if you want to stay in this fight. Gonna go ahead and commit the duplicate, but immediately has that duplicate shut down. Manatee, just a sliver of HP, able to stay alive against that Echo, and all the while, actually, the payload kind of just inching forward, allowing Ottawa to get this first checkpoint. Oh my gosh, gameplay is not on stream. You guys are getting the radio version, sorry all. Deadeye ready to go here from Manatee, and it's going to be the Primal Rage too. Downpour from table might be able to shut some of this down. If you can hit it onto the Winston, you can at least try and keep your supports alive, but no, it's going to be the Primal Rage coming out already from Empress. Beat as well, nice from Ice Volcano is going to find all 5 members of Ottawa. Barricade slowed down for mere moments as Ottawa is going to keep pushing forward. Window from Quackles. We have Manatee over on this flank with the Deadeye. Not quite going to be able to find that Brigida. In fact, it's a really nice punish actually coming through here for Victoria. Needs to stay alive through this though. The downpour is out. Gonna help you find that kill onto Quackles. The rally is ready to go here. Moburi really doesn't want to have to use it. Isn't going to have that forest. Packs just in time to keep table alive.
We'll get you where you need to go.
Back into this fight. It's a long way to try and retake not just control, because you're gonna have multiple fight wins, but also to try and take the lead now. You're looking at kind of winning essentially 3 fights back to back.
Call it Swedish efficiency.
Deadeye ready to go for the side of Victoria. Ice Volcano over on this Ana now does take Budo out of the sky here. Rally comes through from Mulberry to try and keep everybody alive and healthy. Anti-Nate does connect on. She manages to stay alive. Aiden cannot say the same, however. Tectonic Strike, not finding any limbs just yet, but it does a whole bunch of damage. Striker gonna take out Toasty as he's trying to climb the wall. It's a lot of back and forth trades happening right now, but the payload and the bot in control of Ottawa. Sorry, there also is a 90-second delay on, so I'm a little late reading chat, sorry. Ice Volcano, while I'm yapping away, does pick up a double kill. We have Budo swapping or copying the Cassidy. Getting some consistent damage, trying to build up to this Deadeye. Gonna pop it as soon as it comes online. Not gonna find any limbs, but manages to kind of stay alive long enough. Now it's kind of clean up time. Aiden on this Cassidy. Finds two, has the Deadeye. It's just the primal monkey. Empress is going to come out of that primal rage, and it's going to get burned down fairly quickly. A little bit more progress here for the side of Ottawa. All right, Victoria once again coming back from that near spawn door hold. You have the Kitsune Rush and you have the Deadeye to work with. Ice Volcano is going to have this nano available soon. All right, Table going to win out that fight. Anti-Nade connects onto Empress. The Deadeye kind of doing enough to try and keep Empress alive. Does have that healing bubble perk as well. Nice aggression, good use of the ults to kind of keep everybody on the side of University of Ottawa alive. Playing aggressively. Kitsune Rush is ready to go here from Toasty. Aiden's not in this fight, so if you use it now, you're not going to have all that benefit from the Cassidy, but you have Table on the Hazard ready to go. Walking forward. It is a kind of a disengage happening here for the side of Ottawa. If they can stabilize inside and not lose anyone else, they're going to be able to get a fight in basically the middle of the point, kind of deny even maybe losing this forward spawn, but Ice Volcano on that Ana does not have a whole lot of speed to work with. More kills coming through as Quackle's going to fall as well. No supports on Ottawa to kind of stabilize. You are going to be forced to take kind of a fight further back. Maybe you would have liked. Aiden has this Deadeye still ready to go. Mobure with the Nano. Built up to another duplicate as well. If I'm Victoria, I need to use one of these ultimates first. You have the advantage here. You are going to use a Nano over on to the Hazard. Lamp comes out, looking for the kill onto Quackles, will be able to pick it up. Meanwhile, though, it's a lot of pressure being put onto this backline from the side of Victoria. Manatee very low, but has the benefit of, not just the heals from the Ana, but the anti-nade over on to the Hazard as well. Just the Nano committed from Victoria, but enough damage and healing in that fight that University of Ottawa are in a very, very good spot to just dump all their ults and push this payload in the small little amount that it needs to go. Again, this is match point here for the side of Ottawa. Nano over onto the Monkey, immediate dive onto Aiden. Sleep Dart does connect. Moburi keeping the Cassidy alive, at least for now. Very aggressive angle found here from Volcano. Nice anti-nade, catches everybody off guard, and Tectonic Shock on the bot means that you can't even really stop this payload from moving forward. 2 minutes on the clock. We are going to have the Bastion swap here from Budo. Looking to try and burn down this Monkey. The immediate first target. Kitsune Rush is still good to go as well. Gonna go ahead and commit it. We throw in the Deadeye as well. Striker coming up to maybe try and find the kill onto Aiden while he was standing still, but not going to come to fruition. So now it's going to be Victoria finding the fight win here. In control of this bot. Forward spawn acquired by everybody on the side of Ottawa except for Volcano. Yeah, Volcano is going to get that long spawn. Question is, do Ottawa take a fight here and now and try to stop this forward spawn of being captured, or do you wait for Volcano to get back into this? Looks like Manatee being forced into a fight, not too upset about it, has the Deadeye. Spike Guard is going to keep Budo alive. Aiden gonna grab the Nano here. Cassidy looking for something. Everybody from Ottawa just kind of running away though, kiting out. Striker on the angle, gonna help Manatee clean up Toasty, and now the kills really coming through. Every fight, Ottawa is just getting themselves set up on an angle against Victoria, finding these opening picks. Table's still alive through all of this. Does not quite manage to pick up the checkpoint. Very, very close. 30 seconds on the clock now. If Victoria are able to get a fight on this payload, they have an opportunity to try and keep themselves in this match. It's going to be a long way to walk, but got the downpour to work with. We do have Budo that swapped over on to the Sombra as well. The wall going to momentarily stop some of this damage coming through this window. Striker finds the opening kill, has the ultimate, finds the first one, finds the second, and it's all falling apart here for Victoria. Overtime, team kill to finish things out here in this round 1 of the Canadian Nationals. This is Group E as well, so this is round 1 of Group E. Striker gonna go ahead, pick up that play of the game. University of Ottawa picking up the 3-1 here. Looking pretty cohesive. Striker on this venture. Definitely scary stuff. But that was a pretty darn close game. So the round 2 of the Group E is going to be starting fairly soon. Unfortunately, I am not going to be able to stick around to cover that one. It's a little bit too late for me, but I definitely had so much fun getting to watch Ottawa play, and Victoria as well, putting up a really nice fight, really finding their footing there on Kings Row. So it's fun to get a chance to see these two teams compete. Ottawa will be moving up to that upper round 2, which, like I said, is going to be starting pretty soon. They have to play their second round tonight, I believe. And they are going to be facing off against Ontario Tech University. So in that lower, I believe that's right. The next round that I will get an opportunity to stream is going to be round 3. So that is going to be on Thursday, same time, same place, and we will maybe be covering Group E, but there are other groups as well. We have groups A to F, and lots of really great matches happening in all of them. So we'll take a look and see which universities maybe aren't going to have an opportunity to be streamed, and if we can get them on stream, we'll definitely aim to try and do that. But thank you so much to everybody for joining me here and coming out and supporting the Canadian collegiate scene. And I will hopefully get to see you all again on Thursday.